Hi Grant, I hope you are well. I am, thank you. I'm just wondering if you have any tips for me. I'm struggling to get back into things. I've lost motivation, being a single mum. It's hard, but my fitness has always been my savior, but I just can't get my motivation. Do you have any tips? Even yell at me. I need something. I love your videos. Stacy. I'm not gonna yell at you because we're both adults and I'm not a primary school teacher or a babysitter. But I will say something, and I might come across as a bit of a dick, but this truly comes from my heart and I mean well with what I'm about to say. You have one life. That's it. You don't get another shot at this. There is way too many people living in this world thinking that they have 9 lives, living like a cat. You have one fucking life. When that sinks in for you, and hopefully it does with this video, you will stop looking for that meme to get you motivated. You'll stop looking for that person to yell at you. Instead, what you will have is this little internal burning desire to fulfill your dreams, your goals, and live out your passion and mission. Whatever that is for you. But once you finally understand that you have one life, shit just starts to happen. So I encourage you to stop looking for the motivation, because if you're constantly looking for motivation, you will constantly be back at square one every couple of weeks when you lose it. Because let's face it, eventually you're going to lose it. But if you have internal drive and passion and a purpose and a goal, obviously, then it's always just going to be there. In terms of your strategy about how should you go back into things, hopefully this video has sparked that for you. Here's what I would do if I were you. Because there's a fair chance what you're doing right now is you're comparing your current actions, which is obviously very little, to what you used to do when you were at your best. Let's say you're at your best a couple of months ago when you were motivated and you were doing everything right and that sort of stuff. There's a fair chance back then you were probably like maybe training every single day and counting your calories and getting your macros right, and everything just seemed all in order and hunky-dory. And you're now trying to do that. You're trying to start straight away with training 6 days per week and counting your calories and doing your macros and all that. It's just too much. It's too overwhelming. You're just not quite ready for it yet. So I don't want you to do that. I want you to bypass what you did 2 months ago, and I want you to go all the way back to the start to what you did on day one of your fitness journey, whether that was 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Think about what you did back then. There's a fair chance you probably didn't go to yourself or say to yourself, all right, I'm going to start training every single day for 2 hours and I'm going to do my calories and my macros and everything. No, you probably didn't do that. On day one of your fitness journey, you probably said to yourself, all right, I'm going to train 3 days per week and I'm just going to just exercise and just get a feel for it. And I'm not going to follow a diet per se. I'm just going to eat cleaner, fix up my diet, get rid of a lot of the junky food, a lot of the drinks that have calories, such as like Coke and juice and stuff like that. I'll stop drinking as much alcohol, and I'll just clean up my diet. I'll build momentum and start getting some progress with that strategy for a month or two, and then I'll improve it, and then I'll try and get a little bit more strategic with my strength training. I'll start getting a little bit more strategic with my nutrition, and I will start in the shallow end and I will swim towards the deep end over time in months and years to eventually to where you were a couple months ago, which was where you were at your best. Okay, but again, you didn't get there on day one. It took you a few months or years to get there. And that's what you need to do. Now, this second time around, you'll be able to speed up a lot quicker. It won't take you, 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or 5 years to get there. You'll be able to do this a lot quicker. But it's just where you need to start. Okay, it's where you need to start. So simply start with maybe just training 3 days per week. And maybe with your nutrition, maybe just focus on getting your diet, your breakfast right with your diet this week, just your breakfast. And then next week in week 2, add in lunch. And then in week 3, add in dinner, and you can see how in 3 weeks' time, you've gone and you've slowly added in, your attention with the meals. It's taking you 3 weeks to get sort of, the basics of your diet right, rather than trying to get it all right day one, week one. It's just too much. It's too overwhelming right now. Start in the shallow end, swim towards the deep end over the next few months, and I can guarantee you'll be back to where you were when you were at your best, provided it has clicked for you that you've got one life. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you soon.